20th of September 2023. This is one of that Let's Talk Skidmarks of mine. In the recent past, I've done a few Skidmarks around what I see as the way out for us, the ordinary people, how to get out of the clutches of XXX. And my focus is on tribes. The problem is that a lot of people has lost all contact and bonds with their tribes. And I was in a discussion earlier this afternoon, and I said to the guy, the reality is the people will have to find their tribes. The tribe cannot find the people. The people must find the tribe. And then another chat that I had, the guy said that he understands what I say, that tribes is the only way that we can break the grip of XXX. And then he said something very interesting. And he said that what he imagines is a federation of tribes. And that makes perfect sense to me. And I am confident that the tribes, they can work together without much problems, because the tribes are focused on their survival, their future, and the survival of their children. So that is actually a logical suggestion, and it is practically possible. The problem that we sit with is that for a hell of a long time, the cabal narrative was driving people away from tribes, driving them away from their culture, driving them away from that bond with their history that they had. And as usual, a lot of people resisted and retained their tribal identities, but a lot of people jumped into the mainstream and they took it, because it is in this mainstream that the offerings of consumerism and money and fame and things like that is always there to lure the people in. Now, what we have seen in the recent past is that the cabal is, point number one, ruthless. XXX has gotten, lives has got no value for them, unless it's their own lives. And they are ruthless. And the population has been dumbed down to such a stage that when a command comes from XXX, about 70 to 80% of the population just immediately complies. And that's it. Now, what you need to understand is, in the XXX mind, you don't really have a future, because they have split the society into the elite and the ordinary people. And with the pestilence, they gave the middle class a massive blow. And if you look around today, you realize that the number of small businesses that has just been wiped off the board is hair-raising. And it is those small businesses that primarily sustain the middle class. So we don't have to look around too much to see that the onslaught is deliberate and planned. And this tribal talk is making the XXX agents extremely fucking nervous, because they know they don't stand a chance against the tribes. They know it. And what is for me very encouraging is the number of discussions that I see that has popped up around this tribal thing. And people must use their common sense now. If I say I'm in the Boer tribe, that is where I feel comfortable, and that's where I feel my genetic roots is there. We must be careful, because the agents is dividing the tribes as much as possible. And in the Boer tribe, the division is sowed through religion, and the culture is attacked. And there's always shit being stirred in those spheres. And as I said in the previous Skidmark, one of the big mistakes the Boer tribe made is that they lost the opportunity to be represented in the current political system. Because you can talk as much as you like and you can have all your opinions. The fact of the matter is that currently in South Africa we are controlled by a specific internationally approved and recognized political system. And if you're not in that system, you will get nowhere. Nowhere. So that is something that is a tragedy. And if I look at the divisions in the Boer tribe, I do not see a real opportunity for the Boer tribe to get themselves politically organized, because it's an inherent thing of the Boer. We are fierce individuals. Now, someone need to stand up and just get that Boer tribe politically united. Forget all these other things. That is not important, because it's only if we have a politically recognized representation structure that we can ever dream of getting international support for our drive to self-determination. That is the reality. And you can differ from me and you can put it in the comments. I don't care, because that is the facts, that is the realities. And we need to take note of that hard reality. If we do not use the existing tools, we will not get the job done. We, the Boer tribe, had a political movement, the Volksfront, and the Volksfront was hijacked by the Afrikaners, and the Vryheidsfront was established. Think about that. And I cannot understand that at that moment when it happened, there wasn't a revolt, because that was a massive blow. In one swoop is the political representation for the Boer tribe hijacked, neutralized. And today we sit in that situation that the Boer tribe has got no represent. But the same is true for basically all the black tribes, because the ANC does not represent a single tribe. They do not. They represent this cosmopolitan, tribeless, culturally divorced group of people. And for them, the ANC is happy with that. But when it comes to survival, what's going to happen to that cosmopolitan group? They've got no tribal bonds, they've got no tribal roots, they've got no cultural connections. What? What's going to happen to them? Please give me a like and subscribe and share the thing. Thank you for your support.